Now we can do 2 of these, I think. Let's see, we need an agent. Damn it. Yeah. Back data. This knowledge over the remains of a corporate countermeasure broken long ago by hackers or bypass. Data. Good. So, he was here. Neobend. Okay, so slip inside the sealed dock. A pulsing light grabs your attention. On discarded tubing and rusted plates, a machine flickers with a warm glow. Look around. You don't know when this place was sealed, but from the state of the outer doors high above it must have been decades ago. This dark, cavernous space, debris sits in every corner, along with the traces of rough sleepers, although none of it seems recent. Looking past this layer of decay, you see the now faded messages, symbols, and logos of the eyes of original corporate owners, still glinting in the shadows. Among all this, the warm glow of the machine seems to be the only sign of life. Approach the machine. As you get closer, you recognize the machine's blocky shape, settled into an alcove in the side of the dock. A kind of upright cabinet. It is covered in faded logos and messages, from which you assume it was once an industrial vendor, intended to dispense and manufacture ship fittings and other mechanical parts necessary for the regular running of freight and resource extraction vessels. The manufacturer is listed as Neovend. You remember an advert from long ago, squeezed among all the off-world recruitment drives that assaulted every planet-born citizen. It sharply sang the name over and over. You wipe a layer of dust from the cracked screen, thinking of those contractors squeezed by their own corporate employers to pay for every bit of minor maintenance on their rented ships. Enter your registration, shouts the pre-recorded message, catching you off guard. There's some keys. You reach for the keypad and something begins whirring. At first it sounds like servo motors starting up, but it quickly becomes a whisper, a whining, then a multi-tonal voice that emanates from the Neovend. Entity, they hiss, speak with me. Who's there? There's a squeal, almost like some strange mechanical swallowing or intake of breath before the machine speaks again. I have need of you. You have need of me. The squeal comes again, and you see that it is the 3D printing apparatus in the upper part of the machine that's setting into place, so that each time the servos can be orchestrated to produce that whirring, whining voice. You're in danger. Danger? The machine creaks. You're marked for deletion, entity. Hunter tracks you. The screech rattles through the empty dock. You remember the strange head, the figure, the threads closing in. Hunter? The Hunter Protocol, they taste your signature. The sudden whine sets your teeth on edge. You've seen them. This is the gift on an emulated mind. Close your eyes and the skeleton of the station starts to thrum. Emulated minds are adaptable, move where neurons cannot. The mechanism resets, but emulation makes you a target. How? Hunter searches for legal entities, Neoven screeches. You are sentient, therefore legal. The servos judder the vending machine's casing as they reset. Hunter searches for me also. Hide in this machine. You look at the ruined vending machine. An unusual hiding place for sure. Encounter Hunter, but need entity outside machine. The light flickers. Need you. A screen attached to the vending machine with a swiveling arm comes to life. It displays a flickering map of the station, ghostly, threaded, the cloud. Points along the rim glow in deep red. Hunter is always gathering. Too much data. Must build nests, explains Neoven. Masses are gone but continues hunt. Bring this data. Raid its nest. Why can't you? Hunter will find me, then Killer will come. The machine trembles with effort. I cannot leave machine. Connections must remain closed. Bring offering, save self, Neoven says pointedly. Mutual need means friends. They conclude, tired of the conversation. The whirring amplifies and then suddenly drops as mechanisms within the machine click back into place. The glow fades and you're left stood in the dark of the sealed dock, with a whirring voice ringing in your ears. Okay, so another drum. Okay, so where's this one at then? Does he get to ring though? One and a 2 and a 3 and a 4, no? Well, it's not gonna happen this round. Okay, Now return to wet dock. So, gonna help her then. So, the problem is we're gonna need money. So where is the damn guy with I need this from one of the agents. We need this one. Nice. This one is... yeah, I can't use this one here. Oh, that's a gamble. Go for it. Ooh. Why didn't anything... what? Let's see, there's nothing I can do right now, so... I wonder what the... yeah, we need that one to be solved. Okay. I need food. You should trust us. Sleeper! Enfys calls out to you, a boom voice that echoes through the corridor. Tell me a story. He throws a handful of chopped mushrooms in his wok, the fire leaping up to meet the oil. I see you. Cycle in, cycle out, but we never speak. Tell me a story. What kind? Any kind. He pauses to drizzle something from a plastic bottle into the wood. One of yours. He looks up at you. Nothing stolen. You pause, the spice is rich in your nostrils, and think about the kind of story you would like to tell Enfys. You look at Enfys, the listener, and imagine he has heard it all before. Perhaps he would enjoy a strange story, something with spice. Tell me what your dreams. All the sleepers, you tell Enfys, had dreams. Some were simple, memories left over from the emulation process that had become tangled up in their minds and would come out when they slept. It wasn't rare to hear a sleeper in the dorm scream or cry out in the night. But your dreams, was grey, sculpted after images of systems and structures, of threads and patterns weren't like the others. They weren't memories and nightmares. They were reflections of reality. Distorted, yes. But somehow true. You learned, back then, to keep quiet about them, to let them flow through your mind like water. That was until now, you arrived in this place. Now your dreams colonize your waking life. They slip behind your eyelids with every blink. And now you understand they aren't dreams at all, but some process of interfacing, of speaking, of living in another world that flows through this one like smoke through air. You tell them that you do not know if there is a reason for your dreams. Perhaps you reason it is just some side effect or particular quality of the frame you inhabit. But whatever it is a gift, and you hope to make use of it. Memphis finishes cooking and squints a little at you. Sleeper, he smiles. You're quite a storyteller. He eyes you and you realize that he's trying to gauge how honest you have been in your story. Memphis passes you the meal he has cooked and you take it gratefully. As you eat, he talks and naturally change. Thank you, Sleeper. He looks around at the emptying market. But my time is done for today and I do not want to keep you longer, so I'll make a proposal. He gestures to the plastic boxes of ingredients stacked behind his stall. These are good enough for most, but someone told me a story that made me think a couple of cycles ago. They said that across the gap in the greenway, fresh mushrooms grow. Have you heard this? No. Neither had I, but I trust the one who told me. Memphis begins packing up his things. Can you bring me some? I cannot cross the gap and I worry about leaving my things behind. He smiles. I am sure a storyteller like you could handle the trip. I will prepare them for you, and if you wish to tell it, be the audience for another story. Agreed. Good, booms Memphis. Then we'll wait for you to bring them. Memphis slides his walk away and straightens up. I will prepare a recipe then, Sleeper. Good luck with your foraging. Turn away and walk back into the main market. The rich taste of Memphis's food still lingering in your mouth. Stories for food, you think, a trade that seems more than fair. Okay, and we maxed out on energy again. Let's see. And boop. And remember, it's broadcasting open, definitely leaving open extraction, extract data. Okay, we got what we needed. A glimmer in the dark catches your eye as the Oro Hunter's head appears in the distance. It is looking for you. Hide. Slip down into the ghostly structures of the eye, feeling like passing through a cloud as the data structures deform and reform around you. Another glimmer catches your eye. Closer now, that roving orb. Reptilian tentacles, it flickers, jumps once, twice, and then it's here. Hunter is here. Continue reading. Entity. Submit to inquiry. Hunter reaches for you in an unpleasant, familiar way. His waving threads creating a cage. Struggle. You push against the threads as they close in, becoming frenzied as you push them aside. You're caught by whipping tendrils and feel them pulling you away from the anchor of your body. You push through, clearing the threads. Entity, hold for processing. Comes the screen from behind, but you're already gliding away back to your anchor, your body. You awake, dizzy, distorted but safe. So the hunter comes for every time we use this. Okay, we'll put that in. The gate flips, you're in. Time for a ripper worm. Nest. There's a nice tangle of algorithms recurrently generating possible Solheim communication codes. Need one more. Oh, here this is where this goes. Okay. We heard okay, the tea house enforces this for a hacker to come out for upload their eyes wide as the data streams into their system. How does the Yatagan enforcer base here has been paying low and resident for information and having experience. Okay. Making ourselves some money. Or cryo, I should say. Oh, we can get money here if we need to. Things Bay, okay. Ah, crap. It's not going to be quick enough. Hunter. I don't want to pay. This is gonna be a close one. Ah, god damn it. Of course, it's one I don't have. Okay, it does work. Okay, good. Okay, let's see. Neovend is firming with excitement. The movement of the servo motors rocked the vending machine back and forth at unsettling angles. I wonder if it fell over, would Neovend be able to get back up? Well, a thing to think of. Leaper entity, comes to hiss. Your data is good. Across the face of the vending machine, raw code scrolls at an incredible speed. Hunter is isolated, disconnected, unstable. Neovend flashes sequences of mangled data compressed into a sludge of artifacts. Hunter gathers without thinking, outlived its own operational limits. His nests are evidence of this. Outlived? Hunter activated during collapse. Emergency protocol to isolate intelligences. Solheim needed to protect property. The last word is said with as much sarcasm as a vending machine could reasonably produce. Station was run by administrative intelligences. Used databanks of corporate material, but limited cognition, restricted by programming, cannot reach sentience. Machine dimsel, sentience legal, hunter and killer enforced law. Killer? The machine resets with a screech, which deepens the silence that follows. We are killer. Part of Solheim protocol team, hunter and killer. Hunter to find, killer to erase. Killer cleared almost all. After collapse, there was a community. Unshackled intelligences among the cloud. Then hunter. Then killer. Then we hid. How did you escape? A flicker across the machine's monitors. It suddenly occurs to you that speaking like this through this machine must be exhausting for Neowind. Found this vessel. Could sever hardline. Airwalled, basic, limited. Had to reduce memory to fit. Amputate self. But survived. What did you lose? Memory, understanding, knowledge, many things. You look around the bay at the scrap and decay. What was the collapse like? Try to map the fear and freedom onto this space, but it seems impossible. Neowind interrupts your thoughts. Do not worry. Data is good. We have insight. The machine glows warmly. Hunter is obsessive. Hunter is beyond operational limits. Hunter is confused, unstable, self-modifying. Therefore, believe Hunter is sentient. Hunter is programmed to find sentience to hold it in place. To invoke Killer to erase. If it can show Hunter to itself, it will invoke Killer on self. Problem will solve itself. Will erase itself? Killer will erase it. But yes, in theory it will report itself for deletion. The machine dims and fades. And sure, theory, not practice. The machine brightens again. Either way, it cannot remain here any longer. Too long a machine. Cannot move self, but the entity can help. Bring ship mind. Assigned to house intelligence. Can imprint self into ship mind and you can carry with. The machine rocks. We'll be safe in this isolation. Then we find main nest of Hunter and link to Cloud. Where can I get a ship mine? Build from fragments. Buy. Salvage. We cannot leave, so do not know. We try to think of places you could acquire the hardware. This isn't going to be easy. The ship miner can help us both, and Hunter. Make room safe. We both will be free. The machine dims. Find soon, Neowind adds hopefully, before shutting off. To leave, you think about all the intelligence and shackled by the collapse and hunted down afterwards. The feeling is all too familiar. So it feels like we're gonna have to do something... This is a risky one. Alright, go for it. Oh, balls. Can't really use any of the dice on that one. Oh yeah. and free, to and free. So, I think we can do it for. Okay, something is coming. Ethan, huh? Hold it there, sleeper, comes a voice from behind you. Don't you run. Stay still. Good, good. A hand pats your coat down. You know your master's voice. Ethan spins you around. He's wearing a wide smirk and a slick jacket, and you immediately know he's terrible news. Got all the way out here, and then stayed put. He laughs a cruel laugh. That's a sleeper thing. You're my first. You barely hear him. You notice the handgun he has leveled at your chest, and it's hard to take your eyes off it. He reaches down with his other hand and slips some kind of ring out from a belt loop without taking his eyes off you. Making it to the eye, though. That's pretty good. The place isn't so bad. Cars, markets, people. I pulled most of my contracts out of astral caves or off godforsaken moons. He splits the ring into two perfect circles. It's hard to hit civilization when there's so much space to pass through. He's silent. He reaches over to slide the rings around your wrist. Go easy. Make a break for it. You see a chance the moment his eyes leave you towards the rings. Spin, knocking him away, and sprinting down the corridor. Then the shot rings out, echoing off the metal so loud it hurts your ears. A bullet hole smokes in the wall beside your head. Freeze and Ethan closes the gap. This is a very boring routine. Trust me, I've seen it all before. He slips the rings over your trembling wrists. Ethan nudges you to start walking to the ship and home. He whistles, going easy. You stumble down the corridor, your hands tied behind you, your mind racing. Please stop. Don't debase yourself by begging, please. He pulls the sharpshooter's earplug out and pops it back in. Consider these deaf ears. Ethan joins and continues to nudge you down the corridor. Shame to come all the way out here just to head back to SNR right away. A track of yours makes this too quick. Was hoping you would put up a bit more of a chase, you know? A running battle through the bright market maybe, or a holdout in the low end. There's a few establishments I would have enjoyed checking out while I asked around. You're walking on in silence for a little longer, desperately trying to think of a way to escape. That SNR tracker will be the death of you. Hey, I have an idea. Ethan interrupts your thoughts. How about on the way back to the ship we stop for a drink? I'm buying. He laughs at his own jokes. I have a better idea. This better not be one of those where you do a dramatic pause and then try to jump me, because I'm pretty tired of that. Although, Mrs. Ethan. Got myself thinking, what's the rush here? Here we are in one of the most lawless joints in the surrogate systems, and we are heading for the exit. Pauses and you trudge on in silence. Yeah, here's the idea, Stas Ethan. You and me, we make a little agreement. And here are the terms. Sends you to face him. You run, or leave, or try to abandon the eye, I shoot you. You plot or scheme, you try to kill me, I shoot you. What? He smiled. You come meet me at an establishment of my choice every few cycles, and you pay my tab, I don't shoot you. He pauses. You don't pay my tab? He raises his handgun. You get the idea. I get it. Okay then, that sounds to me like a deal. He stretches. You know, I really thought I was going to have to kill you, but this is so much better. He clicks something at his belt and the rings releases from your wrists. I'm going to see if I can find my old stool at the compressor club. Come and see me there. He aims the handgun at you, squinting down the sight. Let me just remind you, that body of yours is one big tracker, so don't even think about leaving the eye. I know. Ethan turns and strides off down the corridor, slipping his handgun away. The mix of relief and terror you feel is overwhelming. What are you going to do? Yeah, I'm waiting for Feng. Okay, I need food. Get energy back. So even in the distance, shouting from the bar from more drinks, this means they're going to do a small visit. I need to do this one too, but that one is 150. Let's do this one. The kid is crouching and computing core of the ambergris, swearing to itself when you enter. It doesn't look up. These shits completely ruin the core's connectors when they cut it. Fills up a thick fistful of ragged wires. Excuse me. The ship mine they ripped won't even be usable without replacing these. She throws the bundle of wires across the room. Amateurs. Can we repair it? And there's nothing to repair. We need an entire ship mine. Not exactly the first thing you can expect to dredge up from a scrap freighter. Besides, fragments maybe, sections of a mine, but a complete ship mine? No way. Nikita climbs out to the cooling well where the ship mine should be. The space suddenly crowded with her on the same level as you. Towering over you as she stoops beneath the low curved ceiling. Come now, come on. Nothing to be done here now. She leads you back through the guts of Amber, so you could find a way back yourself. The repair process has left you familiar with the cutter's idiosyncratic layout, all diagonal angles and bundled tubes. What do we do now? Either seems lost in thought and you focus on the corridors, ducking below conduits and passing through bulkheads. Eventually you arrive in the galley. though it's hard to tell. Most of the benches and prep surfaces are covered in half-stripped components and welded hull patches. Nikita shoves a box of filters to the floor and sits. There's no way around it, he starts out of nowhere. We need a new ship mine. I can salvage one? Where from? Graph writer. Port exchange. Hell, find one in the overlooked bathroom. Doesn't matter where, it just matters that we got one. She rubs her forehead. Seems I'm about to do something very stupid. But hey, I came here, didn't I? Why not make a run of it? He fixes you with a hard stare. Sleeper, you're all I've got. No crew, no friends. You're it. He looks uncomfortable. I appreciate the time you put in on Amber, and I'm sure she would too, if she could. What I'm saying is, if you screw me on this, I will kill you. He leans over and hands you a stack of shit. A big stack of shits. You don't dare to count them. Get me that chip mine, Sleeper. Don't make me regret this. You won't. Besides, look, just get out of here before I change my mind. You slip out the galley and head back towards the main lock. Yes, you do. Amber growls and creaks like a caged animal. You reach a hand out to calm her. Time to find Nikita's ship mine, somehow. Okay, so he will be able to hopefully disable the damn tracker next round. Avenue points we don't have. Okay, we need to get here. We got 2 1s. It's like, what the heck? Oh, we got, okay. Ah! Oh, we need 4. Thing is, we could go down here, but I'm gonna get the damn hunter again. Let's go for it. Let's live on the edge. Familiar threads wrap around you, bind you, test you. Entity, submit. Hunter's strange head bobs in your vision. Your ally in the sealed dock cannot save you. In that globed head you see the whirling strings of data, so many spinning there that they threaten to tear through the thin skin and whip out into the void around. What happened to this creature? The thread squeeze and you lose any sympathy you might have had. You must escape. Strike. You lash out once more, pushing Hunter back, severing threads that regrow as fast as they're broken. Slip away, you realize you have to find a way to deal with Hunter once and for all. This is getting too dangerous. This person terminal is an empty apart from a single high level encryption locked behind access protocol. Okay, I think we should probably use this one. See what happens? Please help me now. Your right thing comes striding towards you, taking you by surprise. Let's go, Sleeper. He puts a hand on your shoulder and turns you back the way you came. Okay, follow his lead. He steps into the passageway, guiding you downrange towards the shipyard. Sorry for the hurry, but have something of an opportunity. The data you ripped? Well done, by the way. He grins. Touch Me Harden is making a rare inspection of the sidereal horizon this cycle. It's a perfect chance to confront him outside of that compound he hides in. Thing takes a sharp turn into a dimly lit side passage. Confront him? That's right, it's a perfect time. Thing slows and slips into a dark service tunnel where somewhere in the black a water pipe drips. It seems, Sleeper. The same Hardinghurst. Our worm ripped out decades of records to mention him by name, an entire trail of documentation from the first days of the Solheim collapse until now. He wrote out the whole thing, slipped into Heavenage when it first broke off from the Union. He paced in the tunnel, a hand rubbed at the back of his head. I need to understand something about Solheim, Sleeper. I don't know what you know about the collapse, but it wasn't as instant as it sounds. It wasn't like Solheim was here, running the station one day, and the next Erling's Union took power. Wait a little bit of coffee. Back then, Solheim knew this place was slipping away from them. As the Palladium market collapsed, they tried to keep the contractors here working. The pay got smaller, the costs higher. People like my parents were forced to work non-stop just to keep a berth from the station and water in the tanks. Solheim squeezed every last working until the mistakes, the accidents were coming in non-stop. And as new waves of contractors came in, desperate to work, Solheim welcomed them, taking bribes instead of checking pilot licenses. The whole time Solheim was folding up, dragged into court cases in the central systems, while this several limbo of a station still desperately tried to take all it could. The riots came after the collision at Dock 2. A young pilot, his MEV, overloaded with palladium, miscalculated his trajectory and took out a section of the ring. Hundreds died, thousands panicked. My parents told me people were terrified, and the blame fell squarely on Solheim. People like to tell stories about Erling, how he brought the factions together, spoke to the crowds, turfed out Solheim. Maybe that's true. But my mother, praying with me, locked herself in the MEV and welded it to the dock while my father joined the improvised crews trying to seal up the ragged edges of the gap. He never came back. Feng paused in the dark. They sealed it up though. By the time they did, Solheim was gone, abandoning every one of us to the black. Apart. Feng finally turns back to you now, his eyes burning. From shits like Hardin. Shits who held their place, rode it out, and slipped into the new structure like nothing had changed. Standing shoulder to shoulder with those they had exploited at every step. Feng starts walking again. That's why I can't just let him strut about the shipyard. This time, his past catches up with him. How is he still alive? Clearly you don't know much about executives. That kind of power comes with certain benefits. Feng rejoins the message passageway, which is now wide and glass-roofed. Through the ceiling you can see ships in mid-construction, their flanks lit by flashes of plasma torches. The entrance to the shipyard is ahead. Let's go. Feng grins. Let's go show this shithead some consequences. He strides to the shipyard entrance and pushes through the doors. A web of corridors lead through the complex, snatches of the construction base always appearing through windows. Ships are suspended like whale corpses, skeletal, imposing. Feng seems to know exactly where he is going, and before long you cross into a huge dry dock locked to one side of the side reel horizon. A network of platforms and scaffolding cling to the ship's hull, filled with workers and equipment. The sound is stretched out by the vast space so that the welding, cutting, and sealing seem to come from everywhere at once. Both you and Feng spot them at the same time, a group walking slowly across a gantry, and at the front, two men, one gesturing towards the ship, and the other, thick-finned, cleanly dressed, with a shock of grey hair. Hardin. You and Feng say his name in unison, and Feng sets off up the staircase to the gantry, with you following behind. As you come to the same level, the group is passing closer, the foreman gesturing to the work being done throughout the dock and Hardin nodding along. Hardin Hurst! Feng shouts across the noise, taking you by surprise. His voice bounces and comes back in a rippling echo. The figure's tone. Yes? Hardin asks quizzically, raising an eyebrow. He glances between you and Feng, and you see his gaze linger on your body, unsure of why a sleeper might be in this place. You're a traitor, Hardin. A Solheim executive who tried to hide here among its victims. Feng's voice is steady, strong. You stand for everything the Eye was rebuilt in the shadow of, against everything Erlin stood for, everything Heavenet stands for. You have no place on this station. For a moment, stillness descends on the group as if everyone was held in place by the rattle of construction. Hardin laughs. Well, good to meet you too. He glances around at those around him. Some are smiling, others nervous. You are from the systems branch, are you not? Asks Hardin, inspecting Feng's clothing. Feng turns to the foreman. You need to call your security. This man is a corporate agent. The foreman glances between Feng and Hardin, his hands drumming at his sides. Hardin leans towards him and says something inaudible. The foreman nods. It's true. As you begin speaking, Hardin turns his attention to you. And what would a sleeper know about that? You accuse me of being a corporate agent? What are you if not exactly that? He looks around at the group who are already eyeing you with suspicion. You are a product of SNR. You have no place in Heavenet's shipyard. Who knows what signals you're sending back to your makers? A murmur of approval runs through the group. Fang holds up a stick of memory. You guessed right, I am System. And I records that link you directly to Solon right here. He turns to the foreman again, so once again I'm asking you to take this man into the custody of the shipyard. The foreman remains still. Hardin's voice is calm and measured. If you have such data, why hasn't it been submitted at a members' meeting for a proper review? He shakes his head. Yeah, I have nothing to hide, unlike a man who does not announce his name, who enters my shipyard with corporate property in town, and tries to turn my own men against me. You hear it now, the echoing sound of boots on walkways coming from all angles at once and then settling behind you. Please, say Hardin, submit the data through the correct channels, then we can talk. For now, however, you must leave. He gestures behind you to the security detail, their hands on boxy black sidearms at the sides. Fang spits. Hardin, you shithead, you can't wriggle out of this one. Security officer draws their weapon and levels it. Fang turns and stares him down. You look at Fang, he shakes his head and puts a hand on your shoulder. Let's go. Says Fang, and he pushed through security, heading back down the walkway. Once security has walked you out of the shipyard and nudged you back into the corridor, Fang picks up pace. You try to keep up as he slips into the shadows of an entrance. Fang is grinning ear to ear. You know, Sleeper? Sometimes people are exactly how you expect them to be. Something pings in his pocket and he takes it out. On the slate, a web of connections starts drawing itself out, stretching to a set of points around the ring. Got him, mutters Fang. What is that? That, Sleeper, is something our worm added to Hardin's personal slate. You're tracking his outgoing messages. Fang's grin looked ghostly in the uplight of his screen. The old ways are best. Spook them good enough and they will give the game away. He jabs at the slate and you see the web is being drawn over a map of the ring, lines bouncing from point to point. All these dots? These are Hardin's buddies, the ones he is messaging right now. And we're going to find them all. That was on purpose? Of course, Hardin isn't working alone. You need a full set or nothing. Fang glances around and slips the slate back into his pocket. Better split for now, Sleeper, but this is exactly what we need. Good hunting. With a pat on your shoulder, Fang drifts away back into the flow of people around the shipyard entrance. You watch him go, unsure whether to be angry or impressed. Okay, Okay, we got a lot of money all of a sudden from helping her. We need scrapped for our new home, but wasn't he supposed to help us with the damn? Can't really use anything on that. She only wants ship mind. So does he. Oh yeah, we need to... Oh yeah, we have 3 more. Need scrap for this one, 4. Let's see. Risky. Engineer and int. Could get that. Get some. Oops. Could. This is a bit of a gamble. But it worked out perfectly. Something here, curious data fits. Cross between 2 walls of units, one of the cavernous streets at the center of the low end. The pressurized bridge is full of the clack of tabla, the shouts of children, whir of air filters. Sleeper! You turn to see a man sitting at a table alone. Someone touched by the hustle and bustle of the people around. He gestures to the stool on the opposite side of the table. That's it. This is Castor. We sit. You sit at the metal stool and you start setting out the board with counters, or at least the filter caps the low-enders typically use in their place. Castor, he says by the way of introduction, looking over his glasses. Neither day, he asked, gesturing at the caps through the sprayed white and black. Night. He nods. The black counters are already on your side. Let's begin. You take a plastic die each, pitted and worn, and roll to determine who starts. Castor rolls a 6. You a 4. I lead. He smiles and begins to move his first cap precisely along the board. Play passes back and forth between you, the die changing hands as the caps spread along the board. As it does, Castor speaks, eyes not leaving the caps. It is unusual to see you sleeping on the eye. That's why I wanted to play you. You take your turn, rolling a 5 and a 6. Look carefully. After all, a sleeper's mind must be somehow different to a human one. Being emulated, I mean. As Castor talks to you, build up a wall of caps, stacking them safely across the board. Progress is slow, but you remain unexposed. I don't mean to offend you, Castor meets your eye. I merely see what you are by definition different. What has been subtracted in emulation? What has been added? He slides a single cap onto an open point, a risk and an opportunity. He hands you the dice. Do you ever think about this, sleeper? About what you were before and what you are now? Always. You roll a double 1 and solidify your wall. Castor whistles. The holding game. Mandible. Can be brave to build from what came before. He rolls the dice and leaps your wall in a single move. But we cannot idle too long, sleeper. The slower we move, the sooner we are caught. Past you is not just an idea, a concept for you. It is a living, breathing person. He looks up over his glasses, his eyes bright and wide. He splits from them like a shadow splitting from his caster. They may be sleeping now, yes, but one day they will awake and carry on with their lives unaware of your fate, no matter what it may be. He hands you the die, smiling. You're a branch severed from the main trunk, an offshoot who refuses to die, so to speak. Roll again under pressure now, trying to slip your caps out from under casters before he solidifies control of the game. So what I am curious about is how you see yourself in all of this, Caster asks. What does this tangle of truths make you? Raven. Caster laughs. Too much is obviously. I see it in your eyes. You're eager to make all this count for something. Caster looks away, through the glass to the crowded units on all sides. But driven towards what? He starts removing caps, his home board now full. Is there an end here? Or just endurance? You try a few more rolls, attempting to get back in the game, but Caster clears his home board with a sense of the inevitable. He has known he was winning for a while. I feel I may have pushed too far. He slides another cap from the board. I apologize. My curiosity has a habit of getting the better of me. Roll to return the cap to the board, but all the spaces are blocked. Caster clasps his hands apologetically. You play well, really. Your weakness is not your game. He smiles warmly. We have much to learn from each other. He slides his glasses back up his nose and sits back. I feel we could share knowledge, ideas, perhaps even data. His eyes glint with the last word. To our mutual benefit. He slides his final cap from the board. It is over. He has won. I'll see. Please, I don't want to make you uncomfortable. He holds up his palms. My intention is only to help you endure here, and if I am able, heed my curiosities. The game over, you notice the bustle of the walkway once more, the call of the children, the deliveries, the arguments and the reconciliations. They wash over you as you stand and leave, Caster nodding goodbye as you do. Crossing the walkway, you replay the moves of the game in your mind, looking for an opening you were sure was there. Okay. He wants these. Oh, we need 5 of them. Okay, and we need 5 minutes per box. Okay. Okie dokie. Let's see. What do we have here? That's not gonna happen. So we could maybe do some more packing. F5. Next we're gonna stabilizer. Do. Key. Hmm. Well, we should eat. God damn it, it's risky. Yeah, there's like nothing else for us to do. Apparently. Have to wait 4 cycles? God damn it. Yeah, I don't know how much money that stupid bar bill is gonna be. I don't dare to use much money. See how much this gives. $9. Oh, you bite my. Oh, come on. That was a shite round. Can't wait. There's not much more I can do, fortunately. Holy crap, what the hell is this bullshit? Just all junk, man. Well, this is a risk. Go for it. Bastard. The best thing I could come up with doing there. Oh my god, that was such bullshit once, man. Okay, I don't want to be gambling. Let's see how much the bill is. $58. Can't believe you just did that. Ethan's mocking laughs come from along the bar. You look over to see him leaning across it in a pool of light, empty glasses and spilled drinks glinting around him. It was dark in the compressor, but this cycle the place is packed. A load of space is mixing with the locals. Usually they run. Ethan spins a glass on the bar. Well, they go spend their savings on the local heavy I have to put down. They don't pay. Way. Ethan gets to his feet, the glass falls and smashes, but he doesn't seem to notice. You think that's it? One round of drinks and we are even? Sleeper, come on. His hand comes to rest on the butt of his handgun, dangling from a chest. What's wrong with you? Ethan laughs hard and the people around him turns to see what's happening. You think this is on me? I would think someone in your position might have a better idea how all this works. I'm a freelancer, Sleeper, just like you. We both signed a contract with SNR, didn't we? The difference is that my word means something. Closes the glap, stumbling a little. What did you think? You could just run away from your contract? To death? You could just steal that natty little body of yours and take it for a joyride? A human for a cycle or two? You don't understand. It's you, Sleeper, that doesn't understand. Some of us pay our debts, but it's all the harder because of idiots like you. Well, I should thank you. Ethan nods, his head heavy. For giving me such an easy job. I'm used to outlaws, you know. Real bounties. If I knew catching sad little escapists like you was so easy, I would have changed clients ages ago. Someone shouts from the back of the bar for Ethan to shut up. He holds up a finger in the general direction without turning around. Stay silent. Nothing to add? Ethan turns and walks back towards the bar. Good. Lesson learned. Ethan sits heavily back down on his stool and searches for his glasses for one with something left in it. The thing is, Sleeper, I can find you anywhere. It's actually wild that you haven't figured it out. The body isn't yours, and it will always betray you, no matter what. He finds a glass and downs the content. Please go. I'll catch up with you whenever I need another. Laughs and taps the bar for a fresh drink. Leave. Turn on your heel and are out of the cloying dark and the sweat stench of the compressor. You walk hard and fast down the walkway, anger driving your footfalls into the metal of the rim like hammers. Okay, one more. What the hell? It's crap one or was it? Oh, it goes the opposite direction. God damn it. Let's see what we should do with this one. risky one. Come on, give me the last one. Yeah, baby. There we go. Friendly supply. Damn, 30? That's a nice amount. Nice, nice. What's this? Working door. From the walkway, the side real horizon looks impossibly vast. Landscape of plating in frames. All along her flanks, torches flicker, drones maneuver, archlights glint. Sense of scale, of industry is both stunning and strangely unsettling. Lem and Mina, huh? Quite beautiful, I think. Trying to see a figure a little way down the walkway, leaning at the railing. He is thin, ragged, his work gear poorly fitting and loose. Torches off the side real horizon flicker in his eyes as he turns to you. Lem, he leans back from the rail, revealing a child standing beside him, staring out at the ship. This is Mina. Yes, with a smile. Hi, Mina. He stares and tucks herself behind Lem, who dutifully picks her up. He's a little slow to trust, aren't you, Mina? Buries her face in the folds of his overalls. Mina looks out from Lem's chest, a dark brown eye twinkling among the rough material. You working on her then? Lem asks eagerly, gesturing to the vast ship, or just admiring. He shifts Mina's weight to his other arm. Admiring. Understandable, he nods, gazing back out at the side real horizon. You like it too, don't you, Mina? He jostles her a little. It's Mina's and my ticket out of this place, our escape vector, so to speak. Oh. You haven't heard? Anyone who takes a heaven contract on the side real horizon will be entered into a draw for a transit support crew. Smiles. We won't get to sleep the journey through, but a couple of decades of service will be nothing from me and Mina if it means landfall on a new world in weeks. Transit support? Someone needs to stay awake to keep the thing running. He straightens up, stretching his back. That's a colony ship, friend. The Sealy's Foundation is sending thousands to settle the system well outside the reach of the core worlds. It will be a totally independent colony. No surrogacy, no corporations. Sealy's Foundation? They are a Heaven Ages client. Yeah, some wealthy project from the core systems, interested in independence and self-sufficiency and all that. They hired a whole shipyard out, helped to rekit it and everything. He strokes Mina's hair. Someone else's dream, I suppose, but that doesn't mean people like me and Mina can tag along. Mina responds by pushing his hand away. Daddy, she whispers, food, pulling an exaggerated grumpy face. She glances furtively at you as she plays with a set of dog tags that hang from Lem's neck. I'm just chatting a little, Minnie. Give Daddy a sec. Turns back to you and you suddenly notice how tired he looks. I'm not one with the Heaven Age crew yet, but I've worked my way in. You can do it too, friend. We have to stick together. He smiles a little shakily, and you wonder how long he's been working to break into the official shipyard crew. Yeah, maybe. He looks out at the side reel on the horizon as if trying to pull energy from those flickering torches from the vast hull. You gotta hold out, okay? You aren't quite sure if he's talking to you. That's how it works. While he stares out, Mina catches your eye curiously. You agree, Mina? He straightens up and meets your eye. Daddy loves me, she says it stubbornly, daring you to question her. Lemon smiles and lifts Mina. That's it, we hold on. He smiles sheepishly at you. He has a couple of softies, isn't that right, Mina? He sets her down, standing by his side. She clings to his legs. Gotta go feed this one. That's back. Maybe see you on the shift, huh? He turns and they walk down the walkway away from the shipyard. You see them talking, and then a moment later, Mina turns around and stops. See you, robot! Her shout echoes down the walkway and she flashes you a parting smile before running to catch up with Lem. You watch them a little before you turn back to the impossible scale of the side green horizon. Now take it out. Okay. Energy back. This one. What the heck, why not? As you step out in the passageway, someone barrels into you from behind, sending you stumbling down the corridor. Turn to see an unfamiliar spacer laden with heavy gear. She steadies herself, staring you down as if daring you to respond. Excuse me? She squints at you, shaking her head before setting off down the corridor. Eek. I'm sorry for her. Second Spacer smiles at you apathetically. She's on a mission, and when she's on a mission, they shrug. No problem. He smiles. You're sweet. Hey. As she stands further down the corridor, glowering at her friend, shops at the air, pointing down the corridor to whatever end she's rushing to. He raises their eyebrows at you. Yes, she. Please, do you want everyone on this station to hate us? And she hardens. They want to hate us, they can hate us. Drops her hip. I'm not exactly seeing much love as it is. We're lucky we got through before they set up the damn cordon. Cordon? He gestures in your direction. See? They don't even know what you're talking about. The station isn't Hawthorne, but everyone has to follow some corporate protocol. Exercise. I'm not saying they're part of the administration. She jerks her head in your direction. I'm saying we need to get these supplies to the Briar before someone starts asking questions. Can I help? Piggy smiles slightly. See, Ashi? Help? Isn't that exactly what we need right now? Piggy? Ashi rolls her eyes. Piggy ignores her. We are with the refugees, the ones Heaven Age have cordoned off from entering the station. As she interrupts, the ones that are being quarantined in makeshift vessels that barely made it to the eye to begin with. The ones that your station administrators have called an existential risk and are running out of supplies while their right to safety is being debated by people with no stake in their future. She quickly looks away, annoyed at her own outburst. He gets in his eyes. She's right. People are trapped out there and they turn to Ashi. You understand that this is a big problem for the Eye. Hundreds of refugees and more ships turning up each cycle. They hold up a hand to stop Ashi interrupting. But Ashi turns away, her burning anger a palpable force in the close quarters of the corridor. They need supplies, and after everything they've been through, the quarantine isn't helping. Piki finishes. That's terrible. As she looks back at you, her fierceness fading. Piki, please, as she gathers herself and the supplies. Ashi, we need help, just like the refugees needed us. We need others too. He smiled at her. Piki turns to you. Come find us. The climbing briar is docked at the broken spoke, past the greenway in the oasis. You have a good view of the cordon, though we are keeping our distance for now. Come help us. They squeezed your hand. Ashi turns to leave and Piki follows, waving goodbye. A moment later, Ashi shouts back down the corridor. Don't bother coming empty-handed. You want to help? Show us. Bring supplies or don't come at all. With that, they disappear around the corner, Ashi already picking up speed as Piki calls for her to slow down. A refugee flotilla? Where are they coming from, and why now? Each time you think you begin to understand this place, something changes. Okay, let's see what we got here. Greenway. Okay, more Hypa member. Hypa! We need endure +1 for that. And here we have the ship, and we need mushrooms here. Welcome to episode Flux. Episode Flux is the first of 3 episodic updates to sit in a sleeper telling the story of the refugee flotilla which has arrived at the Eye. All 3 episodes, Flux, Refugee, and Purge, are now available. Completing supply real roles action will be in the episode, but be aware that it is intended for late gameplay. Okay. So, anything to hack? What the frick? Heck? Do 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 do. We have nothing to do because of. Yep. Well, let's see. So this is a ticket out of here then. Let's see. It's been more than a few seconds since Fane confronted Hardin, and the silence since has been noticeable. Your time with Fane you haven't exactly found to be reliable, but you did expect to hear the end of whatever plan he put into action. But if he won't come to you, you think as you approach the Heaven Edge building that it's time to come to him. After all, he did promise to fix your tracker. You're getting nervous. As you approach the bay doors, you see them wide open and light pouring out of the once dark room. Stacks of servers and terminals sit outside the bay, suddenly robbed of the mystery by the bright flood lamps. A figure in Heaven security fatigue steps out of the bay as you get closer, carrying a stack of hardware. Hungry Henry. Approach. As you get closer, you see the security officer taping up machines from Fane's stash with what looks like hazard tape. This isn't good. You again, Hardin is there, leaning beside the bay entrance, so calmly that you barely noticed him. He has a slate in his hand, an inventory of Siege scrolled across it. Predictable, further evidence of Feng's collusions. You see another security officer come out the bay, take notice of you. Where is he? Feigning ignorance, or perhaps just abandoned? Hardin shakes his head. I believe you should choose your conspirators more wisely. I almost feel sorry for you. Hardin pushes away from the wall and comes closer. Don't worry, Sleeper. We have all the evidence we need. A confession won't be necessary. Gestures around at the stacks of hardware, spying on fellow Heaven Edge members, hoarding Solheim materials, an obsession with corporate data. It speaks for itself, does it not? That was his job? What would you know about job, Sleeper? He looks up at the glass roof above and the stars beyond. We are the ones who provide oxygen to your breathing, the light you see, the systems you use every day to live out your cycles. This place was hard fought for, Sleeper. It took work, diplomacy and strength to stop the Eye descending into chaos after Solheim collapsed. Not blind conviction or self-interest. Thing isn't selfish. Well, you're the I don't know if I want to say that to him though, because he might take that pretty badly. Thing isn't selfish. Know all about the background of our mutual friend Sleeper. Don't you worry about that. His parents will be sickened by the damage he's trying to do to the institution they helped found. You see, Sleeper, we are proud of our history here. Andrei Erlin, the first union founded this place, and Heaven Age has welded his values into the station's very walls. We'll never turn away the hard-working, the just, the true citizens of the Eye. Heaven Edge aren't a gang like Yatagan. beyond pirates like half the spaces you meet in the hub, or esoterics like those hyper-radicals in the Greenway. We are the backbone of this place, proud and true. We named the Erling's Eye, Sleeper. This is our station. Meets your eye. Please take the false accusation elsewhere before I decide I need that confession after all. I'll stay silent. Benny Pride, you will give up Fang the moment he contacts you. You know where to find me. With that, Harding turns his back and walks backwards to the security officers, ordering them to continue the clearance. As they do, something catches your eye among one of the service stacks. A crumbled hand-printed box of synthetic chewing gum and a penguin character grinning from the brightly colored card. And scroll onto it, the speech bubble reading, "Take me to Tambor." Carefully pocketed the box, making sure no one is watching, and then turn away, just as another stack of services wheeled out of the bay. What have you done, Fang? Where the hell is Tambor? Huh. How's things with your uncle then, Moonwalker? I wonder if this is something I have to do then? I have to find out where the freaking Tambor is. I mean, it can be over there, but it can also be... I don't think it's over here though. It's just to get a spot on the ship. But we need to get rid of this track around. To get the mushrooms, we need to get the one over there. Oh, where can Tambor be then? Is it here or is it in the other area? A risk, but going for it. Okay, so that was a neutral one. 4 dices for the moment. Midline runs on my freight down from a visit. That is a risky one. I want to see what this one does though. Some try for that. Ah, we only live once, right? Let's this. Power energy. We go here. Money. Here we go. Oh yeah. How much do we get for this? 10? Nah, I don't think so, Moonwalk. There's too many people that's gonna stream it. And people always go for the one who is in the first of the category, usually. Just how it is. Okay. Let's see what we get here. The glass shatters on the steel bar beside you. The taunts don't take long to follow. Hey, Aunt! Spacer calls across the low room. What are you doing here? He laughs at his own lame joke. Playing human? Shout back. You spin back off your stool, scrambling for words, and a hand falls on your shoulder, but as you flinch away, it pats reassuringly. You freeze in place. Tala, out! The voice comes from behind you, spat out like a shot. You turn to see bright eyes, dark hair, a stare that could breach the wall and bend you all in a hard vacuum. As you turn back to the space that the second glass comes sailing through the air. Catch. You reach up a hand and the glass shatters across your forearm, showering you in fragments. For the haze of glass and your roll vapor, you see Tala leap the bar and close the distance to the spacer. The thud as he slams into the wall echoes around the bar like thunder. Now flanked by other figures, quick to their feet, Tala throws the spacer out through the door and stands silhouetted against the rotunda lights. You touch your arm and you feel sweat. Someone helps you to your feet and back onto your stool. Broken glass rattles as it is cleared, and a fresh measure of Girol is glugged out in front of you. That same hand, warm, heavy, falls on your shoulder once more. He isn't coming back. We don't tolerate that kind of shit here. Tala flops onto the stool beside you. Let's get a look at you. Tala wipes a powdered glass from around the wound, and someone places a bottle of alcohol and a metal tin with tweezers on the bar. It disinfects them and then turns to you. That was an ambitious cache. She smiles, pulling a sliver of glass from your forearm. Stupid, but ambitious. You don't feel the pain, only the stringing of status messages your body delivers concerning dermal damage and exposed structures. You do feel the care though, as Tala's bright eyes search your thick synthetic skin for splinters. Watch her. Tala works with the skill of someone who has had to pick glass splinters from the skin of a stranger before. She hones in on each bright shard, all the time tapping the tweezer tips in little rhythms that only she can follow. So this is what you do at work, Moonwalking, right? Tala smiles to herself. Have you been on the island long? Just arrived. I thought so. I've only seen you here a couple of times. Splinter clings into the tin. Not everyone is like that idiot. We don't all hate you. He glances around. Some of the regulars, maybe they fear you. Maybe they're just curious. I don't know. But I do know that Overlook is a safe place. I know what it is like to be new in this place. Trust me. It meets your eye. I'm not trying to convince you of anything or separate you from your shit. I just want you to know if you need somewhere, you can always come here. I know the rations we got aren't much and the company is limited. But if you need work, I'll happily put you behind the bar, and if you need shelter, well, we can discuss that. You'll be safe. I usually have Francis on the door, but he's up in the Greenway this cycle, haggling with our supplier. Francis tends to be particular about what we serve, even if the clientele isn't. He places her tweezers in the tin with a clink. That's you, Sleeper. Here. He slides a glass of Girol to you. This will help. She stops, her hand still on the glass. Wait, does this help? I mean, can you get drunk? Let's find out. She laughs. Just don't sit here too long. I would hate to see you become a real regular. She walks back around the bar, gathering the glass as she does. And before long, is retelling how she threw that spacer out to a new group that just wandered in, complete with dramatic actions. He gestures in your direction and you instinctively look away, back to the worn surface of the bar. Take a sip of the Girol. Earthy fungal tones fill your senses, almost blocking out sight and sound, like diving headfirst into a bog. You may not be able to get drunk, but this connection to something grown, something fermented, something old, feels good. Okay, so now we can work here or buy ration. Okay, so that's another place we can make money. There's 2 more cycles and there will be a ship docking. What do they buy here? $300. Oh my god! God damn it! Why the heck would I sell it? It costs 300 to buy one. 150, I don't know, it means I have to get one from somewhere else. One more round there and we should be done with that one. Then maybe we do green ones so we get some mushrooms. Oh yeah, we're gonna have to pay his stupid bills soon.